These photographs all have something in common. Their focus and bright colors are a few examples of how Jerod Foster is bringing experience to his classrooms.
I've been at Tech for since 2002. Actually, I came here from undergrad, and so I did my undergraduate and my master's in agricultural communications, and then I just finished the PhD program here in the College of Media and Communications, but I haven't finished my dissertation yet. But after I got through with my master's, I was already a professional photographer. I was already doing a lot of work for different clients, mostly magazine clients. And then I talked to Dr. Todd Chambers here, and he asked if I would be interested in teaching classes, and that's kind of how I ended up here. But yeah, my education has all been at Texas Tech. I've taught here in this college since 2007.
Photography is one of my main interests, and the fact that he was an ag comm major and has taken photography to this level really makes me think, well, I want to learn that much and I want to be as good as he is.
I think it was around 2004 that I really started moving toward the photography direction. I was introduced to a photographer by the name of Wyman Menzer, and Wyman taught the intercession photography course in Junction, Texas, and so that was the class that everybody really kind of wanted to take as a photography student. And so I signed up for that, and I was headed to law school the next year, and decided to change course and pursue photography a little bit more. And so that class really was kind of that jumping, or that platform which I jumped off of in the photography industry, and it's worked out since. Fortunately, knowing Wyman really well, we formed a really good relationship. I helped him out on a lot of different shoots and a lot of different projects, and we ended up forming a business together called Badlands Design and Production. And so we publish all his books now. And if it hadn't been for Wyman, it'd probably taken me a little bit longer to really kind of get introduced to at least the Texas photo industry. And then from there, it's just kind of really grown. As a freelance photographer, you kind of work for all sorts of different publications and different sized publications. So I've done everything from like stuff that's here on the local level, like the alumni magazine for Texas Tech, which is a great publication to work for, the city magazine, the city newspaper. And all the way in publication-wise, all the way up to state publications like Texas Parks and Wildlife Magazine, Texas Highways. I think I've worked with folks at Texas Monthly, but never really published a whole lot of stuff with them. The Texas Tribune is a great organization to work for, and then through them is when I got hooked up with the New York Times. And then there's different national magazines that I've done work for, like Grit and Audubon Magazine, and a couple of other places. Done work for agencies here, ad agencies here in town, for companies like Beat & Bow and organizations like Visit Lubbock, and then also some more national organizations like Invenergy, which is one of the companies that has been building all these wind turbines around West Texas. So being a freelance photographer actually makes you probably a lot more available. Of course, the competition's pretty high, but it makes you available in a lot of different areas. I started blogging before I started writing books, but it was just a way for me as a photographer and a business owner to push my name out there, and also to share a little bit of what I was doing. In 2011, I wrote a book called Storytellers, and it was a book about the why behind how we operate as photographers. There's a lot of how-to books out there that can tell you all about pushing the buttons on your camera, and I actually just got through writing one of those. But Storytellers was all about why those functions matter, why we operate in a certain way with the camera to produce compelling storytelling images. Fall of 2012, they asked me to write another book for a series of books that they have called From Snapshots to Great Shots, and basically it's a book, it's a photography for beginners book for a specific type of camera. There was a camera that came out in November called the Sony NEX6, and they wanted to have a book about that camera for those people that were new to photography. It'll be out in March. So that'll be my second one. I'll start my third one in May, and it'll be another one-off book about color, photographic color. Outside of academia, I'm a business owner, and I'm kind of constantly on shoots and working for other clients, and I think hopefully that provides a little bit more credibility for me, maybe even like a little street cred for me in terms of being out there in the real world telling students how it is.
You know, he's like a pro and he knows what he's talking about, so it just makes everything you say like more credible.
I'm married. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and so whenever I'm not working, which I say unfortunately, but it's a very fortunate thing. I'm very blessed to work this much. But you know, where I'm not working, I'm hanging out with my family.
So far, I just think he's a really good teacher, and I'm excited about this class and just seeing how my photography skills get better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see where I'm going to go after his advice and everything he has to offer for us, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I would recommend him to any like EMC or any kid in the whole College of Media and Communications, because he's definitely like one of the top-notch teachers.